Alex here with a high conflict child custody video. The topic is duty to protect. I had a viewer post a question on one of my videos, I can't recall which one now, and they were curious as to how, I can't remember the specifics, but what I do remember is that it had to do with their ex, the partner that their ex was with. I don't know if it was a boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, but this does come up a lot in child custody cases, and it's a really, I guess I'd use the word thorny issue to deal with, just because it sort of gives your ex one extra, you could say, out, an easy out, that they wouldn't have if they themselves were found guilty of abusing or neglecting the child. So when your ex gets with someone and that is the person that is abusing or neglecting the child, it is a basis to modify physical custody, because not only does your ex have a duty to, take care of the child and help the child develop and all that, but they also have a duty to protect that child. The problem is that a lot of times judges will let them off if they just break up with or leave their ex. Every now and then you'll have just a really dumb ex who actually just sticks with the guy no matter what, and then it goes all the way to trial, and then they show up and they try to defend the guy, and then you go ahead and you prove the allegations, you prove that whoever they're with is abusing the child, and basically you end up getting lucky. But sometimes, especially if they get a lawyer, the lawyer will tell them just how much risk they're taking, and they'll say they broke up with him. A lot of times they'll lie. I mean, they'll say in court that they broke up with the guy and he's gone now, but they still talk to him or text message or whatever. I think that the best thing that the court could do is look at the pattern and consider the fact that this person has, even though they are saying that they left their abusive partner now, they're only doing it because they've been brought to court. The court should really consider that if you hadn't taken them to court, they just keep on doing what they're doing and letting the child get abused. And that sends such a strong signal that that parent should not have primary physical custody of the child, and maybe even supervised visitation. But sadly, I feel like it's a coin toss whether or not you're going to get a judge that believes the same exact thing that I just said, or whether you're going to get one of those judges that's just like, well, yeah, the guy was bad, or the woman was, very, abusive to the kids or whatever, but now they're out of the picture, and I'm going to just give them one more chance and admonish them, and in the future, if they do that again, I feel like it's just one extra exit strategy that is available to them that they just wouldn't have if they were the ones that were abusing the kids. And it's really, like I said in the beginning, it's a thorny issue. Hopefully this video is useful. There really isn't much more to go into it. I mean, as a parent, you have a duty to protect your kids from child abuse and neglect. It's like, you can't just go to court and say, yeah, I'm not the one abusing my kids, it's my girlfriend or boyfriend, and expect everything to be okay. That's going to cost you, custody of your kids, and it may even be, as I mentioned, worse than that. If you show some kind of pattern, the judge may even say that you're only allowed supervised contact now because you just have no ability to protect your kids. Hopefully the argument that I mentioned can be used one day by one of the parents watching these videos who's going through the situation. Hopefully somebody here actually does go to court, and when their ex, tries to say that they broke up with the guy or whatever, or the girl, try that argument out, and, mention to the court, if I didn't take him to court, they'd probably still be with the person and the kids would be getting abused. And so, the fact that now they're breaking up with the guy or the girlfriend or whatever, now they're doing it after they've been brought to court, it's not acceptable, and custody should be modified. Try that argument out. Somebody, I mean, I'm sure some lawyers out there have already tried that before, and it might work when you present it that way to a judge who's maybe a little bit newer, a little bit more cautious about taking such a severe action. But this is actually really a thing. I wish there would be, I wish I could pull some percentage or some statistics on it, just out of my curiosity, just to see how often the abuser is the parent versus the abuser being somebody that the parent has gotten with. I feel like I see a lot of that stuff in the news, if not more often, that it's not the parent that's abusing, but maybe it's more often than not that they just get with these people that that they just suck, and they're the ones that are abusing, child abusers. It's sad, but it happens. Again, it's a thorny issue. I wish I could offer more advice, but really, all I can say is it's a thing. It's called duty to protect, and you can modify child custody if you can prove that the other parent has failed in their duty to protect the child. I do want to add one thing. It's really popular for people to say, I've heard it many times, for people to say that their ex has gotten with a sex offender, and they're on the sex offender registry and all that stuff. And I've seen that not work in court a few times. The one time that really sticks out is somebody accused their ex of getting with a person who used to have to register on the sex offender list, and they no longer have to. And I was really curious as to how that can happen. But apparently, I don't know, this person was facing charges or something, and then they were dismissed or settled, and he had to register for a while, and then he didn't after that. I don't know what the details are, but make sure you look into what's going on as to why somebody's registering as a sex offender, because apparently it's not that cut and dry, and people, I hear that one quite a lot, and people are like really surprised that that's not just like, boom, automatic custody to me, I win, and it's over. It's no, you have to actually look and see, look at the substance of what that person did, and if they're even still registering on that list. And I don't know. That's just one thing I wanted to just mention, just because it comes up quite often. So with that, I'll see you guys next time.